People, Deluded, I'm back again. Now, what was I going to crack on and talk about? Basically, yeah, man, I've seen some rumours online and 90% of them are probably nonsense, but we might as well talk about them anyways. The first I'd like to speak about isn't actually directly concerning Arsenal. Bayern Munich have already allegedly registered their interest in Dyer Upamecano. We know he's got a £60 million release clause active in the summer. Allegedly, he wants to keep it moving. And long story short, reports are saying Bayern Munich want to be informed of developments in relation to him. Now, why that has relevance to us is because I think for always linked with him, but never his centre half partner Canute, who's if not just as good, if not better. I like Upamecano, but he's not going to be that perfect centre half people expect him to be. He can play from the out from the back. He's quite quick. He's strong, but he does get ripped at times. Are you lot watching the current game Leipzig are playing against Bayern Munich? He's getting teared a new one at times, but I think he's a good player. But yeah, man, I think people need to watch players all the time. He'll make a difference here, but yeah, and to be fair, Bayern Munich and Arsenal, if they're both interested in you, there's no contest. So yeah, we really need to sign a centre half in the summer, in my humble opinion. Hopefully, we've got a list of targets, and we'll have to see what happens. We all know it's the Milan derby, and apparently we're still looking. We're sending scouts to go and watch Hakan Çalhanoğlu. I cannot say his name. Hopefully, I said it right. But yeah, man, we've always been linked with this guy for years. We all know that's nonsense. Not going to spend any more on that. Let's just move forward. I mean, football's a funny old game, and that one day might happen, but we've been seeing that for years. That one day comes like the Benzema to Man United one that was always there when he was in Lyon, and has always been there since he's joined United, actually. Apparently, according to, I don't know where that is, Estadio ED, it said Arsenal are one of the clubs interested in signing 21-year-old El Havre midfielder Pep Guardiola. Now, I'm not watching him religiously, but he is a decent midfielder. He's got a decent engine. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but he's just about 6 foot. And obviously 21, playing in the second division in France, that could be right up our street, really and truly. I'm not watching him religiously, and I don't know too much about the lad other than that he's played over 20 times in the second division. And I believe this is... Did he get his breakthrough last season or made some appearances last season? I don't know too much on him, but I mean, 21... El Havre developed a lot of good academy players. If he did come from that academy and get bought, it's all up our street. I mean, look at Mahrez. He's a descendant of that. So is Paul Pogba. I'm not saying these players he's gonna be like these players, but there's some academies. It doesn't matter if it's them, if it's Cannes, if it's Rennes. There's some Ajax to a degree. If you can even get in now, there's some teams I believe we should just have a man posted there and see who's banging and just bring them through. And he could be one of them. So yeah, we need a midfielder. 21, he ties in with what we're trying to do. From the little bits I've seen of him, specifically what midfielder would he be developed in, because there's a lot of grey areas with his potential, but we'll have to see in that relation, people. Keeping up with midfielders, Tutto Sport have claimed Juventus are already planning to sell Aaron Ramsey just a year after they signed him on a free transfer. Now, I mean, Rabiot was spoken about moving from Juventus. It didn't happen in January. He might be someone that goes. Emre Can, another free transfer, I believe, has gone on loan with an option to a permanent to Bayern Munich, to Borussia Dortmund, and he scored a rocket the other day. Ramsey went on loan. He's made double-figure appearances, but he's primarily a sub. It hasn't happened for him. He has had some injuries. Considering they bought him for free, it could be, a decent move. For him, it's good. He's playing for Juventus. It's a good move for him and his family. He's on big wages. For them, again, if he's not a key player and whatnot, and he's not the Ramsey they potentially projected, because they said they were following him for a minute, then he could be a costly outlay. If the opportunity did come to bring him back, I'm in two minds. I'm not going to lie. First and foremost, my heart, you bring Aaron Ramsey back, who ain't got a goal-scoring midfielder. Allegedly, he didn't want to leave. Bring him back. But at the same time, it's a bit complicated now because he signed a new deal. Is it as easy as bringing him back? You'd have to probably bring him back on them same wages that he's on at Juventus. I know he wanted to sign for less and things, but from a business point of view or common logic, when you look past your love for the club, would it make sense for Aaron Ramsey at the age he's at now, where he's got that decent deal, to say you're going to take a pay cut to come back to Arsenal based on the Juventus thing? Now again, I don't know how the euro conversion rates work, and I think Italy has an even generous tax system as well. So again, that throws up debates. We probably have to move on from him, man. I think he'll turn it around at Juventus. I think it probably is nonsense, but at the end of the day, who knows, people? Who really knows? If Aaron Ramsey wants to return home, bring him home, of course. Goal-scoring midfielder, he hit the ground running, a former teammate of Arteta's. Yeah, man, we need that. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more, people, really, in relation to Arsenal news. I've just typed us in on Google, and I don't really see anything, really. Yeah, apparently Arsenal are one of 4 clubs battling for thingy. The same Papa guy I'm talking about, people. Papa Guy, if I haven't said his name properly, or if I didn't say his name at all. Yeah, man. And to be honest, yeah, teams, I'm looking at reports and it's saying West Ham, Brighton, Leicester are linked with him. And it also says Valencia. So is Arsenal's interest legit or is it not? Looking at his appearances this year, people, he's contracted until 2021. He plays for Le Havre. You could see how, is his agent or is he angling for a move, whether that's for money, whether that's genuine potential, whether that's, you know, just wanting to level up. Who knows? You don't know. If you say Arsenal and these clubs are linked with you, if there is legit interest, then it is what it is. It is what it is. But if not, it boosts up your price. Obviously, he's made 22 appearances, like I've said. And like I said, last season, I'm sure he made appearances for El Havre because he's made 37 appearances for them in total and 36 in total in the second division in France. He's been capped by France at youth level. I think he's a decent player, people. He's not going to be the finished article. The key word is potential. He's got potential to be a competent player. But it's down to us if we want to make this move. He's eligible for Senegal as well. He's got 6 yellow cards, one red card this season, so that his discipline could be something to look at, people. But we need midfielders, and I don't really care if they're bought for big money or if they're not. If they've got potential, then fair play. But all I care about is if they're competent. To be fair, it says we're monitoring him, so monitoring is a very ambiguous term, people. So who knows? I just hope we have a list of proper drawn out targets, people, in terms of if there's a midfield, if we want to sign a midfielder like we've heard we want a 6, we've heard we need to sign a centre half. And if we're looking at a winger, I hope we have a list on a drawing board somewhere. We've got our plan A targets, B, C's, contingency plans, etc, etc. If we actually have that, I don't know. But on that note, I'm not going to bore you with anything more. I'm just going to get out of here. People, it's been a pleasure. Deluded, I'm out.